Matthew Ross, how are you?
I'm good, Mitch. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. First of all, for the one or two uninitiated, ExposNation is
a grassroots nonprofit that seeks to galvanize the fan base that's here for baseball and to show the rest of Major League Baseball in the world that Montreal can support a baseball team.
All those goofy people in Toronto last summer waving in that section, those were you guys, right?
Yeah, some of us. the ones that behave themselves, sure.
Yeah, the ones that actually got to sit and watch the game as opposed to do interviews.
Yeah, it was a hectic time.
What have you got? I know you can't announce everything that you will eventually announce, but you also are obviously tying things in to the series between the Mets and the Blue Jays at the end of March.
Yes, that's right. Obviously, Jays Mets end of the month. And so we have obviously this poll that's launched, 20 greatest Expos moments that we've narrowed down from so many, and we've left off so many as well, of course. And we're trying to see what the fans like as their top five. We thought it'd be a nice tie-in, nice campaign to lead into the games at the end of the month. And at those games, we'll be present for both games with an information table and with a couple of different campaigns, including our season ticket drive, which, of course, is always ongoing. So looking forward to it.
All right. How did you compile this list? And what really impresses me about the list on the website, just go to the website, ExposNation.com, and click on poll, and it'll take you right to that. There is video accompanying every one of these moments.
Yeah, well, not all of them, most of them. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we couldn't get video for every single one of them. The ones we don't, we have box scores or game recaps. So you get a little bit of history when you click on one of those links. But that's what it's about. For the younger generation, the people that are 20 or 18 or 15 and they haven't seen or heard of these moments and memories, they have a chance to click on the videos and it'll open up a YouTube video or something like that where they can get a little taste of what happened at that specific moment.
All right. And this has been live since when, this poll?
It was officially live this morning. We put it up sort of soft launch yesterday, but it's been the culmination of a lot of work. And actually, it crashed this morning around 9 a.m. We were told it was a server issue. So thanks for people that voted.
Well, no, that's Ellen DeGeneres mentioned it on the Oscars. Of course it's going to crash. You know, I notice here, I'm doing a rough guesstimate here based on the graph, the results. I did vote yesterday, but you encourage people to vote every day, right? You can vote once per day.
Once per 24 hours, yep.
Dennis Martinez' perfect game leading the way right now as the most memorable moment in Expos history. And considering it's the only perfect game in Expos history, I don't think that's too terribly surprising. The 81 Expos winning the Eastern Championship against the Phillies and going on to the NLCS against the Dodgers. That is number 2. And number 3 would be Gary Carter's final at bat. Wouldn't surprise me if it ended that way, even though you're just starting. What are your own personal favorites?
Well, for me, it was the 2001, the opening day when Tim Raines got into the batter's box. He was my favorite player, and so that was my big one. The Carter one as well, the Curtis Pride one that was mentioned as well. I was there for that. So, and then I think my top one would be the Cordero. Aside from the 01, the Cordero double down the line in 93 that against the Phillies in September. I just remember the place shaking when that happened in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of people remember that so vividly, and yet it resulted in a win, but it didn't result in a postseason appearance. It was a single at bat late in the season. Why was it so memorable?
I think it was just the sheer jubilation after the game. You know, we didn't get playoffs here in Montreal for a lot of our lifetimes, and I think it was just the result of being able to celebrate something that was meaningful. The weather is turning a little bit in September. It feels like postseason is around the corner, and it gave Montrealers hope. And unfortunate for us, that particular clip, we do have a clip of it, but on YouTube, there's a Philadelphia Phillies guy who posted full games from that series. 2 of the 4 games or 3 games of that series are live on YouTube, and I asked him if he had that one. He didn't, unfortunately, but it was a great moment.
All right, Charlie Lee, no-hitter on Mother's Day. Rusty Staub for me, definitely one of the top 5 when he came back at Olympic Stadium in front of 59,000 against the Pittsburgh Pirates, announced as a pinch hitter, and that was just spine-tingling for me. That's probably the most wow moment that I had as an observer and as a fan at Olympic Stadium was Rusty Staub returning until the Carter at bat, of course. There's great stuff on here. And what else have you got planned in conjunction with the 94 Expos coming in?
So we're working on a Sunday afternoon event that we'll be able to announce very shortly. It does involve some of those players, and we're just trying to finalize the details, but we're very excited about it, and we have obviously some big names that are tied into it, and it'll be a free event, so we're looking forward to that. And just to add to what you said about the Rusty Staub memory, that's one of my dad's top one as well. So
thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that.
It spans generations. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I was barely 20 at the time. How old was your dad back in '79?
Oh boy, probably 33, something like that.
That's good to hear. ExposNation.com, and of course you can follow them on Twitter. And they're doing the right thing, and they're constantly moving and jiving in the right direction. You sense momentum.
I do. I got a call today from a big outlet, and they're looking forward to putting together a major piece for to celebrate this on national TV for later in the month. So there's a huge appetite for not just the colors, but actually having baseball back in the city, and it's exciting to hear.
ExposNation.com. Fill out the poll right now, and then do it again tomorrow and the next day. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you, Mitch.